A demonstration of the latest build of the Windows Technical Preview, aka Windows 10, running on a Dell Venue 8 Pro, first generation. This is not the new, recently made available refresh that has slightly better graphics, I believe. And that was a full boot up from shutdown. Just type in my password. Something that's interesting is the font face on this keyboard appears to be a bit thicker than it used to be, and if I could type in the right password, that would also help. There we go. There's a start screen. This is pretty much a fresh install, just connected to my account. The only things I've done is show more start tiles and show more in the all apps list. Other than that, this is exactly how it is when it starts up. And something interesting to note is that on an all-touch device like this, the start button defaults to showing the full start screen instead of the start menu, which is interesting. This does appear to run a little bit faster than Windows 8.1 Update 1 did, but that might just be because it's a fresh install and not the older install that I had been using. On the desktop, welcome to Tech Preview. On the bottom, new things. That right there is the notification center, which right now has nothing in it. Haha. So just to demonstrate it, I will enable, and I'm going to use the pen for this so that I can be a bit more precise. The pen does work. The pen works perfectly, and I'm going to show that later. I say the pen works perfectly, and then it proceeds to not work perfectly. Just long press or right click on the taskbar, and you go to, I believe it is Start Menu? Yeah, and use the Start Menu instead of the Start screen. This doesn't show the little hover cursor thing anymore, so I don't really know where I'm clicking, so that's interesting, though writing in OneNote is much improved over previous versions of Windows. And I'm sorry for the weird angle on the camera. It's a bit difficult to see the screen when I'm trying to hold my phone with my left hand, so just hit Apply. Sign out and change settings. I've actually never done this before. That was actually my first time using the start screen, the full screen start screen on Windows 10. Just type in my password again. Very tedious typing in complex passwords. Okay, and here we are. We're dumped right back at the desktop. Let me actually rotate this a bit. There we go. You'll notice that it did flash the screen a little bit there. That appears to be a small graphical glitch with the new technical preview. There you go. There's the build number. Wi-Fi, battery, everything works. Bluetooth, I have not checked yet, but there we have the Bluetooth options. Add Bluetooth, so I'm assuming that it's all right. And then we have the little start screen. Oh, I guess that's not scrollable. Go to all apps. There we go. That's scrollable. Oh, look at all those apps. It does have sort of, kind of momentum to it, but not really. And that's kind of interesting. I'm actually not a huge fan of that on a touch device. But for those who really, really like Windows 7 and really like the start screen, there it is. And then there's that search. I'm kind of disappointed that there's no swipe in this build. That's something that they really need to bring over from Windows Phone, is the swipe. And then multiple desktops. Let's add desktop. Okay. I do wonder... okay. So, if I open something on this desktop, and you can see here there are the borderless windows, which is kind of nice, and I'm not sure if it's automatically defaulted to a different DPI setting, but the title bar and the buttons appear quite large compared to the other ones. So if I swipe, yeah, it brings up the overview. That's very nice. I've not noticed that. This is my first time using it on a touch device. So if you swipe from the left, it gives you the view doobly-doo to change. Let's open command prompt to change desktops. And there we have the command prompt. Oh yeah, it's definitely changed. The font is different. That's interesting. Okay, so then if I just swipe, and then it lets me see. There's no animation currently for that, though if I had a keyboard hooked up and I hit Control Win. Well, actually, I have a desktop here. I can show it to you. Haha, yay, just a full overview here. Add desktop, There's a new desktop. Let's open up an Explorer window. Now, if it's Control Win arrow, and I kind of have to do this with all my hands, so, woo! Really slow animation, but it's pretty if nothing else. But that doesn't appear to be accessible through any touch thing. Swipe from the right does that. What's swiping down do? Nothing. Swiping up? Nothing. Okay. Something else interesting? Ah, that's not start screen. Okay, I want my start screen back. Give me a second here. Oh, no, I have to sign out again. Never mind. Bugger it. I'll just deal with this. Close. There we go. Thank you. Okay. Now I forgot what I was going to say. Ah, yes. Something that has been removed is Metro or Modern or whatever you want to call it, Internet Explorer. So you're left with just regular old Internet Explorer, which works, but when you select a text box, the keyboard doesn't automatically pop up. Every single time you're going to have to push the keyboard button, and that's a bit of a bugger. Metro apps, modern apps, whatever you want to call them, they work in Windows now. They don't have the open and close animations like the swoosh, swish, like those do, and the store does not appear to be wanting to open. Boy, this demonstration is going swimmingly. Let's open... I was about to open the store again, but that wouldn't work. Canon inkjet print utility. That popped right up. It's just something about the store. It's never worked correctly for me on any of my systems. It's always been the one app that doesn't work right all the time. So yes, that's a... it's just like the app. What's my printer status? I actually have mostly full ink tanks. It is a miracle. So yep, there we go. And it just kind of blips out of existence. Yeah, not exactly as pretty as I'd expected. I'm trying to get something to pop up a notification, but I'm not quite sure what to do to force that just so I can show what notifications look like. Touchscreen. Yes, let's see, where is OneNote? OneNote! Thank you. And it just pops up into existence. Okay. Okay. Go away. Go away. Give me full screen. How do I make the bottom menu come back up? That is odd. There does not appear to be... Oh, hey, I bet I do it with this. Full screen, maybe? Nope. Okay, so that's interesting. I have not found a way to get the menu at the bottom of the app to come up. Like the contextual menu or... Nope. That's quite... Well, that just kind of makes it impossible to use most apps because they, like this, they store things in there, settings and such. But, hi, heavens, pre-betas, everybody. Okay, go away. All right, hi. This is the pen. Wow, my handwriting's awful. Yeah, not as much awful trailing as there was in the previous version. The Dell Venue 8 Pro's pen has always been a bit shit, but it is slightly less shit now, and I'm not sure why, because Windows should have no effect on Dell's drivers. But for whatever reason, it doesn't, you can see the trails there when I lift off a stroke, and those aren't quite as severe. Ignore my terrible handwriting. Yeah, you can tell, Dell Venue 8 Pro pen, not that great. So yeah, that's pretty much the state of things right now. There aren't a whole lot of other easily viewable updates in this version of Windows, but that's what it is, and you saw how incredibly fast it booted there on a fresh install. So that is, I will be trying to use this as a daily driver, and I'll probably review the next release when it comes out if there's any major changes and if I actually decide to install it on here. Right now I'm actually running this technical preview on 3 of my 5 computers. The others are running Windows 8.1.1 or 8.1 update or whatever you call it. And as you can see, I have it there on the ThinkPad. Runs pretty well on there too. So yes, there it is on the Dell Venue 8 Pro, Windows Technical Preview Enterprise Edition, which from what I can tell has absolutely no difference from the regular version. Oh well, there you have it.